Hi guys, it's Xenia. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing kind of a laid back video and we're just gonna kind of chit chat like I am chit chatting with a friend. I'm gonna let you guys know about all the perfumes that are on my wish list currently. These are all the perfumes that I'm heavily considering purchasing, some more than others. Some of these I'm like thinking about. Every time I see a video pop up on my For You page on TikTok about somebody raving about a perfume, or here on YouTube, I'll write it down and then I'll kind of do my own research, see if it's something that I would like based off the notes and my preference. And I've gathered up a pretty lengthy list, so this is definitely not going to happen overnight, but I think one by one, slowly, I'm going to be able to bring a few of these perfumes into my collection. I'm actually heavily thinking about some of these, placing an order and purchasing, because some of these have been super requested for me to try and that I'm just really excited about. So with all that being said, grab a snack and let's get straight into it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and let's get started. Alright, so I am a planner girly. I have to write everything down. I do write things down on my notes if I'm out and about, but I like to physically write things instead of having them on my phone. I've just always been that way. So for today's video, I have them all written down here and I'm gonna go one by one explaining why I want to get them. So let's start with the number one perfume that I want to get the most, probably the number one perfume that is requested for me to get the most right now on my channel, especially ever since this perfume has been incredibly hyped up. And that is Bianco Latte. You can find this on luckyscents.com, and the 100 ml full-size bottle retails for $150, which is kind of right there in the middle. I actually don't think it's too bad for more of a niche perfume, because designers right now are out here being $170. So I actually don't think this is horrible, and I've been hearing the most amazing reviews on this perfume of people saying this is quite literally one of the best gourmand fragrances out on the market right now, and that heavily speaks to my soul. So I'm gonna be placing an order on this pretty soon. I have some other perfumes coming in and I have a bunch of videos lined up for those, so I'm gonna get through those first before I kind of just rush into this one. I'm gonna give it a minute, but this will for sure be my next perfume purchase. I will tell you this right now. These notes are amazing. In this one, it has caramel, it has honey, coumarin, vanilla, and white musk. Really great notes, but honestly, not that many notes, you know? I feel like I would expect way more notes in this perfume, like marshmallowy and just a bunch more gourmand notes, and it's not that much. I mean, caramel, honey, vanilla, obviously all super sweet, but for some reason I expected more. But either way, considering how much this is hyped, I am hoping that I can trust people and that this is really good. And you guys tell me literally on a daily basis over here and on Instagram, like, girl, you need to get this, it's super good. So yeah, definitely next perfume purchase for sure. You're gonna notice I actually have a good amount of niche fragrances on here just because I'm trying to venture out into the niche world a little bit. Now it does get pretty expensive, so I'm gonna have to do it one at a time and give some space in between, because I can't buy expensive perfume after expensive perfume. And don't worry, for all my affordable perfume lovers, I'm still gonna be having my affordable perfume videos. I just want to try more and bring some variety on my channel. So the next perfume I also hear a ton of hype about, and looking at the notes, it seems like a very unique and complex perfume. This perfume is Poets of Berlin. This is more of a pricey one. The 100 ml bottle retails for $250. You can get smaller bottles that are more inexpensive. I'm just going based off of the 100 ml bottles in this video, so you kind of know the baseline of the price point of these perfumes. So this one's definitely more high up there. This is another very much loved vanilla fragrance, and this has really amazing notes. It has blueberry and lemon, it has bamboo and orris, and then in the base you get vanilla, sandalwood, and vetiver. It's a pretty unique mashup of notes. What's interesting about this is when I go on Fragrantica to look this up, in the perfumes that it reminds me of category, it shows me Decadence by Marc Jacobs, which, don't get me wrong, that was a very unique fragrance, although I decluttered it out of my collection because I did have it at one point, because I just found that I was never using it. That perfume was very green, and based off of what I hear about this one, it seems like this is way more sweet, but you guys could be the judge of that. I've never smelled it, so I'm just speaking off of what I've heard and what I see based off the notes. But this has amazing reviews, so we'll see about this one. Speaking of highly talked about, super popular fragrances right now in the niche fragrance world, is Amo Guidance. This perfume is all over my For You page. Everybody is talking about this perfume right now. I'm pretty sure I saw a Curly Sense video where she said this was her most complimented perfume of all time. And ever since that, I was pretty curious about this one. It's a very high price point. It's $360. Let's just say if I do end up picking up this scent, first of all, it will definitely not be a blind buy. I'm gonna have to smell it first. Not only because it's so expensive, but I've also been hearing super polarizing comments about this one. There's people that either love it and get compliments like no other, or there's people that absolutely despise this scent. So I want to see where in that spectrum I fall. This has pear, hazelnut, olibanum, rose, saffron, jasmine, sambac, osmanthus, sandalwood, vanilla, akigala wood, ambergris, labdanum. A lot of notes, pretty complex seeming fragrance, and from what I hear, very complex perfume. Some people say that this smells like body odor and that it's a very metallic-y kind of smell. And then there's others that say it smells like heaven. And that's very conflicting information because you're just like, am I gonna think this smells like BO or like heaven? Like those are very far from each other. So we'll see. Next perfume that I'm really eager to try is this brand new fragrance by Montal that they just put out. It's called Lucky Candy. You can just tell by the bottle alone, the bright pink is so inviting to me, but I mean the name. Judging by the name and the bright pink bottle, we can all assume it's gonna be a sweet candy-like scent, and because it's coming from the house of Montal, I know this is not gonna be your basic candy scent. I'm sure it's gonna have some sexy, perfumey, expensive nuances to it that I'm hoping it would have. The 100ml bottle of this perfume retails for $180, which is, again, not horrible, and I say that just judging off of the fact that it's a niche fragrance, so you know it's gonna be high up there. At least it's not in the 200, 300s. The notes of this one sound absolutely delicious. We have bergamot, honey, cacao, middle notes of frangipani, coconut, neroli, marshmallow, lily of the valley, musk, vanilla, toffee, amber. The most delicious notes I've ever seen. Another one I'm eager to smell. The only thing that throws me off about this perfume, and if you guys have tried this, please let me know in the comments because I'm just so confused by this right now. One of the perfumes that shows up in the perfumes that reminds me of Category on Fragrantica is this Ed Hardy fragrance right here, which I have tried, and it was the most basic, floral, fresh, somewhat sweet scent ever. Like nothing to write home about. And that's the only thing that's throwing me off because I'm like, is it gonna be that boring and generic? And it's $100 and $200 almost. That's the only thing where I'm like kind of taking a step back a little bit. So you guys are gonna have to let me know on this one. Is it just like a boring, fresh, somewhat sweet scent, or is it actually the notes that it has? One that has been on my wish list for a very long time is Oriana by Perfumes de Marly. For some reason, I know this scent has been very much compared to Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, and I get the comparison because I have smelled Oriana many times. They have it at this Saks Fifth Avenue store that's close by to me, and I'm constantly going in there and smelling all their fragrances, and I always put on Oriana, and every time I put it on, I fall more in love with that scent, but it is super pricey, so I've never picked it up. Ever since I bought my Delina, I always have had this in the back of my head, like, why didn't I not buy Oriana instead? Because don't get me wrong, I love Delina. I think it's such a beautiful and extremely unique, powerful, feminine fragrance. And I am glad that I have it in my collection because of all those things that I just mentioned. But then the basic part of me is like, why did I not just go for the sweet marshmallowy one? So I'm kind of back and forth on that, but we'll see if I ever do get this. In my opinion, Oriana is better than Love Don't Be Shy. I do have Love Don't Be Shy in my collection and I wear it from time to time, but it's a little too strong for certain occasions, whereas I feel like Oriana is more toned down. It's a little bit more refined and easier to wear than Love Don't Be Shy, which can come across a bit much at times. So Oriana has been and will be on my perfume wish list for a while until I eventually get it. Next on my wish list is Eilish number 3. I'm so eager and I've been patiently anticipating this scent to come to my local Ulta, like in store, because I don't want to blind buy it. I guess I could blind buy it and then just return it if I end up not liking it. But I'm just waiting for it to hit my store because the OG Eyelish came in store pretty soon after it got released, and same thing with the second one. Whereas Eyelish number 3 has been out for a few months now and I still don't see it in store. So I'm wondering if they're ever gonna have it in store. I'm only gonna buy this if I smell the tester though, let's just say that. But I am really interested in this one because first of all, the bottle is gorgeous. It's the same as all the other ones, the beautiful like feminine silhouette. But this one is red and it's supposed to be like this very powerful red sort of scent. I was so sure this perfume was gonna have cherry in the notes, judging by the red bottle, but it actually surprisingly doesn't have any cherry note. It has pink pepper, grapefruit, jasmine, fir, saffron, cedar, musk amber, and oak moss. It's a very green seeming scent, pretty woody, maybe spicy, somewhat floral. So I'm actually pretty curious about this one. In the perfume it reminds me of category, I see Baccarat Rouge as the first perfume listed on there. So for any of you that have gotten your hands on Eyelish number 3, can you confirm or not confirm that it smells like Baccarat Rouge? Because if it does and it's just a dupe, then I don't need it. But if it's really good and somewhat similar to Baccarat, then maybe I do need it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, but it is on my wish list as of now. This next one, I need your guys' help on because this is one of the most requested perfumes for me to get on my channel, especially when I talk about Arab fragrances, because this is an Arab fragrance. And every time, if you even hear the word Arab fragrances come out of my mouth, you guys are running in the comments, you need to try Kamra by Lattafa. I hope I'm saying that name right, but you'll see it on the screen. What I need to know about this perfume is, judging by the bottle, and I've seen a couple people say this too, that this is supposed to be a dupe for Angel Share by Kilian. Is this a dupe? Because if it is, I'm not gonna get it. Because I have smelled Angel Share and it was too much for my nose. It was one of those scents that just like took me out. I couldn't do it. Just one spray of that I sprayed it at the store, first of all, lasted on my skin till the second I got home, and it gave me a headache the second I stepped foot out of the store. And judging by the notes, it's intense. Definitely has the same spiciness and sweetness of Angel Share, like the cinnamon, nutmeg, dates, praline, amberwood, myrrh, akigala wood, benzoin, vanilla. It's a lot going on in this. And I do obviously see Angel Share as the fragrances that it reminds me of on Fragrantica. I just need you guys to tell me, is this just like a super better version of that scent, or is it the same? Because if it's the same, I will not get it. If it's good though, I'll probably get it because it is pretty inexpensive, as all Arab fragrances are. So this is one I'm gonna need you guys to write your opinions in the comments on and help a girl out, because I'm kind of undecided about this one as of right now. This next one is on my wish list, but it will not be on my wish list for very much longer because I'm gonna get this perfume literally the day that it drops. Well, actually no, not the day that it drops, because this perfume is coming out in stores at Ulta and online obviously March 3rd. And I'm not gonna be here for the first week of March because I'm gonna be on vacation, but as soon as I get back, that is going to be the first perfume that I get my hands on, and as soon as I do, I'm going to review it for you. That perfume is Vanilla Vice by Sniff. They just put this scent out, and as you can see by the marketing alone, it's supposed to be a very sweet, gourmandy vanilla scent. It has ice cream in the notes, so you can only imagine how sweet and delicious it is. If you are a sweet lover, I'm sure this is also on your wish list. It's definitely on mine. But like I said, I'm gonna get this very soon and review it for you, and we're gonna be the real judge of if it lives up to how amazing it looks. Another one that is a brand new scent that just came out is Strawberry Letter by Fleur. This one is also added to my wish list simply because you guys know I'm into berries. I love berry scents, and I've been hearing really great things about this one. I know that they put out the Mood Ring perfume not too long ago, and I smelled it in store and it didn't really do much for me, so obviously I didn't get it. But this one I'm actually pretty excited about. The notes look amazing and people have been having really great things to say about this. Apparently it's really sexy, so I'm excited for this one as well. A scent that was actually on my perfume wish list, but I literally just bought this yesterday and it's on the way to me right now, is Van Cleef & Arpels Orchid Vene. I have wanted this perfume for so long, and it's been on my perfume wish list for so long, and I finally was just like, okay, it's time. I need to get this because I've been obsessing over it for so long. Apparently, this is just a really, really delicious gourmandy vanilla that is very expensive smelling. It was honestly not that bad. I actually bought it on Amazon, and I made sure to check that it was an authentic one. All the reviews were really well. Everybody said it was the real thing, but I've heard nothing but great things about this. If you are a sweet lover, if you are a vanilla lover, you can look into it yourself, but it looks delicious. And then the last perfume that is on my wish list, it's actually not the last perfume that's on my wish list, but just for the sake of this video not being 3 million years long, I'm not going to go through my entire list. I can definitely make a part 2 of this video if you guys end up liking it. But the last one I want to talk about today is Extra Milk by Deadcool. I've been hearing really great things about this house. I know they have a few other scents as well, but I've never tried any of them, and this one specifically, the Extra Milk, seems like it's a really good one. Apparently it garners tons of compliments. I think the first time I heard about this was, there's a girl on TikTok that said that every time she steps out wearing this scent, she gets 1,000,000,001 compliments, and then people in the comments were basically just agreeing. And upon researching this scent and looking up the notes, it seems like this is one of those your skin but better kind of fragrances, and I'm a huge fan of these types of scents. Another 13 by Le Labo being one of my favorites that is kind of in this scent category. This one only has white musk, amber, and bergamot, so very simple note breakdown, but apparently it smells really complex and just really good. It also gets compared to Not a Perfume by Juliette Has a Gun and Glossier You, Molecule 1 by Eccentric Molecules, which I'm actually getting that perfume very soon. I'm super excited about. Molecule 1 has also been on my wish list for literal years, and I don't know why I have never gotten it, but I'm getting it real soon, and it will be featured in an upcoming haul, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, Deadcool Extra Milk is heavily on my wish list. And that concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about all the perfumes that are on my wish list. Like I said, this is part 1, but let me know if you'd like to see a part 2 to this video because my wish list is lengthy. So I definitely would love to make more of these, and you guys are probably gonna see these perfumes popping up on my channel as I get them one by one. It's definitely gonna take some time, and I'm gonna let you guys know all about these fragrances as I get my hands on them. Let me know which fragrances are on your wish list in the comments down below. But that is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!